Good morning, everybody. This is Johnny Crypto, and we've got 3 people in here. Good for you guys. Is this a reversal, and is this going to stay the course? Well, it's determining by next week on the 22nd, I believe. Gotta love creamer with caffeine. Am I right? I'm totally right. That's the only way to drink coffee, is to drink coffee with a shit ton of creamer. So you guys can see my trades down on the bottom. I am only winning 1 at the moment. I am losing the other 2, which is Ethereum in my Bitcoin trade. I'm officially now in the red in both of those because yesterday, I know I was telling you that, hey, I haven't officially lost anything because it's unrealized because I took profit, but I had some pretty big limit orders in on Ethereum, and I actually got filled at 1410, which was, I was super stoked to get filled right there for going long. And it was relatively close to the very bottom. The bottom yesterday was 1408, and I got filled at 1410, which was great. This to me is looking like a tweezer bottom. And I guess before I go a little bit more into my trade and just the market here in the next couple days, is we want to talk about next week. Next week on the 22nd is, what is that? Is it 22nd or is it going to be, yep, 22nd is going to be Thursday. So Thursday or Friday of next week, the Fed, Chairman Powell, is going to get in and he's going to say, hey, we're going to raise by a full basis points or less than that. If he raises by less than a full point, I think it's going to be bullish for the market. If he goes anything above a point, we're probably going to tank again. And I have been telling everybody that the bottom, I feel, has already been priced in, and we've already hit the bottom. So everybody that says, hey, we've got more pain to go, I'm like, yeah, we've got more pain, but we're not we're not going to see no $800 Ethereum again and $17,000 Bitcoin. I feel like people missed the boat on that stuff, and it's just plain and simple. I honestly, my investment wallet this morning, I just bought more ADA and I bought Algorand. I thought about buying some Ethereum, but I'm like, you know what? I've been buying every week. If I am wrong, I would like to get cheaper Ethereum. Yes, I've got a trade open in Ethereum currently, but I would like to buy cheaper Ethereum if it does end up going lower. And that area that I'm looking at, all right, let me get some more coffee in here. Hope everyone's just having a great day, right? Just hope everybody's having a great day. But the area that we need to hold is 1400. Plain and simple, 1400. We made a couple attempts on it yesterday where it was just bouncing, got real close and goes back out, gets real close, goes back up. And this is incredibly good. We've got 6 hours left in the candle today for the daily, and this could end up being an engulfing candle, which is super bullish. I would love to see that because, we all want to make some money. If we end up getting an engulfing candle, then I perceive that we're going to get back up above that $1,500 range. And it's going to be just kind of off to the races here. But again, depending upon what happens next week, this is concerning a little bit on Ethereum because we have made a new low, right? We have made a new low. It wasn't able to hold, which is a little bit concerning. But on Bitcoin, if I'm just to look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin looks good. Maybe I can get rid of this volume profile because if you see my screen here, I have 2 dotted lines. Okay, this is the volume low of what I'm showing, and this is the volume high of this area. And usually they end up being in range between where good support and resistance is without actually drawing out the lines. But I'll get rid of that right here. And we're back above 20,000, which is awesome. We just need a hold above 20,000. If we close above 20,000, that's going to be good. But you can see that at least on the daily, we have gotten rejected again, off a standard trend line here. And, honestly, I'm going to delete this one because we need to, is this just my $20,000 one? What do I name this alert? 20K bullish. Okay, well, it's not actually at 20,000. That is actually at 20,000. Okay, I'm going to change this color too. So that I can identify with it a little bit more. That is going to be my $20,000 just psychological level of support for Bitcoin. And we're fairly green, right? It's just barely breaking above green. If I look back to yesterday, we have basically a hammer candle. You could almost argue that it's a spinning top, but it would have to be more in the middle to really be a spinning top. I would call this closer to a hammer, which is bullish. But the biggest thing on Bitcoin that I like seeing is, hey, here's a low. We've established a new higher low, and we've continued to bounce off of it. So relatively the next stop for Bitcoin on this, whether we do something, honestly, truthfully, for this pattern to play out, Bitcoin needs to pump up to 23,000. We need to make a new higher high in the next day or so. We really don't need to see something like where there's this support here, right? Might see something like this before it goes up. But realistically, we need to see a fairly big pump up to 23,000, which could happen next week. And I'm just happy I'm part of it. If you guys are new to my channel, the trade that you currently see of my Bitcoin, which is at the bottom right-hand corner, my stop is below 18,000. And why is it below 18,000? Because it's right around these gnarly wicks here, okay? And if I really, really wanted to play it safe, I would put it past the new low, because that would be a 1,000%, hey, Johnny, you were effing wrong, and we are going lower. Because if we break to a new low, chances are, we're going to even go lower back to that $15,000 or $10,000 range. But I don't see we're going to get there, so I feel like my stop is not going to get touched. That's where you need to put a stop, guys, when you're trading, is you need to put a stop where you feel like it's not going to get touched. And just to be repetitive about my Ethereum, it's this red line. This red line is my stop. Where is that line? It's at 1335, 1350, around that range. And if I zoom in, why do I have it there? Well, because I've got it of the low, okay? Where if price breaks below it, well, then I am wrong. I should get stopped out because we're heading back down to that 1250. And then if I open up some of the volume profiles so that I can see where there is level of people buying, boom, right there, good drop here, a little bit of resistance right in here, okay? So just, it makes all sense. Well, it makes sense to me. And if I'm looking at, on the daily, that's kind of, it's to be expected with the big dump we had here, but we have a EMA ribbon cross, which is bearish, right? I'd rather see, at least my red line on top of everything, because if we go back here, when that red line goes on to the bottom, okay, that this cross in here is price usually goes up. Let me zoom out a little bit and let's look at the weekly. Hey, look, that's my drawing that I just drew. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. On the weekly, we crossed, quite a bit of weeks ago. If you trade off the weekly, make sure that you put your stops and everything on the weekly. This is a if you're a long-term swing trader, you could do the daily, the 12-hour, the weekly, and you've got a lot of area to move around with there. Why day trading is so hard is because you're getting signals at you fast. It's going boom, 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 and hence that's why you got to be sitting. You got to be staring at the screen. So let me just delete that. I hate it when I have my drawing tool out too much. Okay, but yeah, crossed here, and you can see the giant pump down. It's spread out, so it's bearish, but it would be cool to see a break above, right? And, you know, September has always been kind of a negative month. So in order, let me go monthly on Ethereum here. And for us to get green, okay, we need to get above 1550 for the month. Right, and to actually have a bullish month, we'd have to be back above 1800. Will we get back above 1800 is the question for the monthly candle. I guess let me look at Bitcoin. I'm all doing this live, okay? So you guys are going through the analysis that I'm going through as well here. Let me get rid of the drawing. And so I can zoom in here. Get rid of that arrow. All right. So, God, now that is a true doji candle on the monthly here. It just, there's buyers and sellers are fighting their ass off. They're trying to figure out, are we going down or are we going up? You can barely even see that here, but it's a cross. It's just a plain cross. And in order for us to really be bullish, have a green, we'd have to be above 25,000 for the month of September. I don't see it happening. I don't see us in the next couple weeks gaining $5,000 in Bitcoin, but I do potentially see us going to 23 to 24, which would still be a negative month for September, which would line up with everyone. There's a saying, you know, some fun like Red Rover type analogy for September. If anybody knows, then Okay, Hamid says, what do you think in the move of the market? What do you think in the move of the market? I don't quite understand the comment, my friend, dude, but here, I'm getting to what I'm thinking in the market here. I'm thinking we're turning bullish. I'm thinking that this is a reversal, all right? Hence why you can see that all of my trades on the right-hand side are longs. Just plain and simple. So, boom, we went green on the monthly so far. That's interesting. Okay, so let me zoom back in. And, you know, Bitcoin is looking way more bullish than Ethereum. Ethereum has just been getting beat to shit because of the merge. And truthfully, it's got a lot to do with so many people buying the rumor, selling the news. Everybody has been buying Ethereum. Even retail traders have been buying Ethereum. You know, I know whenever I get asked, people are asking me, hey, Johnny, what's the best coin to buy right now? First of all, I'm like, I don't know your financial situation, and, you know, I don't know what you're willing risk to lose. But if I were you, I'd be buying Ethereum. I think it's the safest, and it's it's got the most potential for risk versus reward, because Bitcoin, you need 20 grand to own one Bitcoin, where you need $1,500 to own Ethereum. For Ethereum to go to 3,000, you'll double your money. For Bitcoin, it needs to go to 40,000 to double your money. You know, the cost of entry is a lot cheaper on Ethereum, and with it moving to proof of stake, and basically with it moving to proof of stake, Ethereum is now 90% more efficient, okay, and which is incredibly, in the world we live in as far as energy goes, it's a no-brainer. It's a green coin, and, you know, we're all going to solar and electricity, you know, like cars, okay. But back to my technical analysis on Bitcoin. I was going to zoom in here just last bit. No, I don't want to add a let's zoom in here, because again, guys, we're fighting hardcore on that $20,000 range. That has been the sentiment. You know, we need to get away from 20,000 to really, really be bullish. It's fairly simple and obvious. Those are two. So if I'm looking on the hour, we are getting rejected off of, you know, the 20,050. right? So if there's people out there, people are shorting. People see this level and they're shorting. They're saying, hey, dun, dun, dun. The dotted line is the $20,000 mark, if anybody's wondering. Okay, if I move into the 15 and if I zoom even more in, dude, that's just what I see. Except for on the 15 minute, we got a hammer candle forming, which it's all semantics, okay? Stochastics looks okay. On the 30 minute, we've got a cross, and it's crossing down below from being overbought. 1 hour, daily looks good. So in closing, I think that this is a bullish reversal. I think we are going up from here. My target is going to be that 21,500-ish range for Bitcoin, okay? I think that's where we need to go. Truthfully, we need to get above right around 23,000 for Bitcoin to really just nail it home that, hey, this is an uptrend. But it's going to have a hard time getting above 21,000, and it's going to have a hard time getting over 20,500, and it's going to even have a harder time getting over 21,500 to get to 23,000. Okay, just simple. And then Ethereum, we can't go below 1,400. That would be really bad. We need the daily candle to close where it's at right now because it's an engulfing candle. And it's really easy for you guys to see that. It's engulfing, okay? It's engulfing the other candle. Ideally, if it was up a little bit more, it would be a true engulfing because this is an engulfing candle, right? This is an incredibly bearish candle. And then what happened? We went lower. So we're starting to get a bullish candle if that holds here in the next 5 hours. And then I perceive that we're going to pump up. And ideally, we need to get, here, let me zoom out again. I could see at the end of the month of September us being $1,700 Ethereum, $23,000 Bitcoin is what I could see. I don't see us doing much more than that. Yeah, 1,500. And then the next real hard level is going to be the 17. I can confirm with the volume here, right? Yeah, and the volume is saying the same thing. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys. I hope this was helpful. I will continue to keep doing this and keep track so you guys can kind of follow. I've got more stuff in to where you could actually see my trades live, where I'm not just showing you screenshots of them, because, yesterday I did get filled at the very bottom. I had a limit order on Ethereum for 1410, and we went down to 1408. I was thinking about moving my limit because I'm like, I don't know if we're going to touch. I don't know if we're going to get that low in touch, and boom, we did. And I was super pumped, even though you can see my Ethereum trade is down 15%. Okay. But this is all I have. Appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe. This is Johnny Crypto. I'm here to help you guys make some money. I'm going to come out with some tutorials on just showing you how to actually submit a trade and kind of what they mean, very beginnerish, limit order, market order, that sort of thing. So people don't get scared, right? They don't have an anxiety to try to do this stuff. Anyway, I'm digressing. See you guys.